after the penalty. It's Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, Delta. Now.
Throwing on second and long. Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Watch the run. Check 45.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. Nick Bosa able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, Murray. It's Kelsey on the ground. And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. There he goes left side, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football.
Johnson on its poke free. Football's out. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Go on. Go.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Use your quarter.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Hustle, hustle.
Check 43. Kill. Hatchet. Kill.
Five.
Again, it's Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. On third down, Miller. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Watch twist. Check your hot read.
On 2nd and 9, Murray dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Mike's 50. Good. Watch the twist.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kamara, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Watch the pass. You got tight right there.
On 2nd down, Kamara. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Yeah, baby.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Mike 56. Cut.
from the gun. Murray. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
18 Gator. General West.
Check.
Hey, Sam on.
Slam.
Big Griffin.
Now Tannehill. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. We own it. Clear.
90 is the mic. Quit talking.
Hey, Echo.
90 is the mic.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Get it.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
It's going to be a long day. Undercrunch. Showing it. Switch. He's checking. Crash, look right.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have done in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now Murray. He is going to find Hill here. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.